Stocks our strategists feel are poised to deliver positive returns are featured now in their top stock picks of the week.
Hi everyone, welcome to Top Stock Picks of the Week. I'm Neena Mishra. I'll share my top stock pick and then I'll hand it over to my colleague Dave Bartosiak, who also has a very interesting top stock pick. So let me start with mine. My top stock pick today is Western Digital, ticker symbol WDC, one of the hottest stocks in the market. Let me share my screen and talk more about Western Digital. So we know that AI boom is generating unprecedented amounts of data, and because of that, that data needs to be stored securely and cost effectively. And that has resulted in very strong demand for memory chips and storage devices. So that is why companies like Western Digital have benefited significantly. So Western Digital is a global leader in data storage and manufacturing. It manufactures both hard disk drives, HDDs, and solid state drives, SSDs, uh, for consumer as well as enterprise markets. So the company provides critical data infrastructure for cloud providers, hyperscaler data centers, and computing devices worldwide. Last year, they had successfully spun off Sandisk, which is another hottest stock in the market. Now, according to Morgan Stanley, approximately 80% of cloud data is stored on HDDs, and that is why there's so much demand for these, particularly with the rise of agentic AI workloads and inference AI models, that those have accelerated the demand for storage capacity. And there are just three major players in the HDD market. The company reported very strong results recently, last month. The bottom line expanded by 97% year over year and 28% sequentially. EPS almost doubled from the prior year, and revenue increased 11% sequentially and 45% year over year. Now, let me go to the quote page on Zacks.com. Here you can read our research report and articles about Western Digital, and this is a Zacks ranked number one strong buy rated stock currently. And if you look at detailed estimates, you will see that after their earnings, uh, analysts have increased their estimates for the current year and next year, and that increase in estimates has led to this stock gaining a rank of strong buy number one. And if you look at the longer term price consensus and EPS price chart, you will see there are two misses in the past 5 years, but that is before this AI boom started. Since the AI boom started, you will see that the company continues to beat quarter after quarter, and the share price has just gone vertical. Now, we know that the storage industry, as well as the memory chip and the memory industry, they are notoriously cyclical. And because of that, because of the boom and bust cycles, producers are not exactly rushing to increase the supply. They are very cautious about adding new capacity. And because of that, many experts expect that this favorable supply demand dynamics will continue for the next 2 3 years at least. Now, we looked at the price chart. Shares are up 218% year to date and over 960% in the past year. But they are very volatile, and there are always opportunities to add whenever there is a slight dip. I will now hand it over to Dave to talk about his top stock pick.
Well, thanks for that, Nina. I've got another top stock pick of the week for you. This one is an oldie but a goodie. a name that we all used to know and love, and probably a lot of us have their computers even now. And then they kind of went by the wayside a little bit. They went private, and now they're back better than ever. Any guesses? Dude, you're getting a Dell. That's right, Dell Technologies, ticker DELL, founded by Michael Dell. Currently, Zach's rank number 2 buy. I know I usually try to point out Zach's rank number 1 strong buys, but the story is just so good that we got to talk about it. Value style score of C, growth of A, momentum of B to help it round out with VGM composite score of A. The microcomputers industry is in the top 18% of our Zach's industry rank right now. And it's all coming from, all of this momentum is coming off of this big beat. 59.87% upside surprise in the EPS. That just hit. And now look, we've got an earnings ESP heading into next quarter of 23%. Yes, I'm being a bit braggadocious about this bad boy because it is in Surprise Trader. Every once in a while, we find a nice winner, and this one is up very nice in the portfolio. Look at this revenue growth forecast for this year. 44.52% to $164 billion. That's because revenue for the previous quarter was $43.8 billion, which was up 88% year over year. And a lot of it is due to AI server revenue. That portion of the number was up 757% year over year to 16.1 billion. So now all of a sudden these guys are like a mini hyperscaler and taking a big chunk out of that market. Now the forecast for next year, I'm going to tell you right now, are too low. Just 3.38% growth for next year. So this is implying that it's just going to happen now and it's not going to happen later. And let me tell you something. I think it's going to happen now and later. EPS estimated to grow 35% to 13.92. Next year, another 14%, getting you up to 15.92. Look at what it's done to these estimates just over the course of the last 60 days now. 3 analysts up in the ante for the current year, 3 for next year, 2 for the next quarter, 2 for the current quarter. Everything's moving in the right direction. Again, I'm surprised this isn't a Zach's rank number 1 strong buy after looking at these numbers. Look at current quarter, Zach's consensus estimate up from 290 to 343. Next quarter from 289 to 301. Current year from 1268 up to 1392. Next year, 1424 up to 1592. So those are some big numbers moving in the right direction. And then here you have, like I said, this big surprise that we had last quarter, but it's sort of been building, okay? You had these estimates start to tick on up little by little by little by little, and that's a big reason why the stock is doing what it's doing. And remember, my favorite chart here, folks, always click on this price, consensus, and EPS surprise chart because you get so much info in one little graphic. Here, the left y-axis is EPS. The right y-axis is the price. These little green arrows are earnings beats. A couple of red arrows are earnings misses. And these multicolored lines represent the evolution of our Zach's consensus estimates over time. And you see, hey, something was brewing here. Things were looking good heading into mid-2023. And since then, they've started to look a whole lot better, and things really ramped up with the stock going parabolic as you evolved from, hey, we're just making PCs and computers and stuff like that. So wait a minute, these are AI servers, and that market is huge. They said they entered the year with a 43 billion AI backlog, booked another 24.4 billion in AI orders in Q1 alone, and their visibility supports really high growth into fiscal year 28, and that's why you're getting this. So you get this big spike up in EPS, the nice growth year over year, and I don't think that this story is done. So that's why my top stock pick of the week is Dell Technologies, ticker DELL. Be sure to check out Zax.com/promo for this week's hot deal. And for Nina and everybody else here at Zax, I want to say thank you so much, and we'll see you all next week.